I think he's planning to stay at 122 and have a few fights there and really fill into the division. So, look, it's a great fight, but...
World champion Jason Moloney. Jason, as I was saying to you off camera, first of all, it's good to see you got here in one piece. That weather is absolutely insane, but yeah, all good, ready for a big fight Saturday night?
Yeah, mate, good to be here in Quebec. It's first time in Canada and first world title defence, so yeah, I'm pumped, mate, and yeah, can't wait to get in there on Saturday night and put on an impressive statement victory and show everyone why I'm the world champion.
Yeah, as you say, first defence of that world title. Before we come on to Saul Sanchez, I want to talk about how things have been since picking up the world title. A lot of fighters, when they say they become a world champion, their mentality changes. They get a newfound confidence, a newfound belief, and then others will say, you know, by Monday morning it's back to the same. How have things been for you since picking up the world title? Obviously, it was a great moment for you coming at the third attempt.
Yeah, mate, I don't think much has changed, to be honest. Obviously, it was an amazing feeling to become world champion and achieve the dream that I'd been chasing for so long, but I'm still just so hungry for more. You know, I don't feel like I've achieved anywhere near what I'm possible of achieving, so it's still just pedal to the metal and keep grinding and keep working hard, and it's maybe perhaps a bit of a new added confidence being the champion, but I'm still very determined to go out there and prove that I'm the best bantamweight in the world and put on the biggest and best fights possible. And this Saturday night, it's a big step forward, make a statement against Sanchez and then have a very, very successful 2024.
Let's come on to the man in the opposite corner, Saul Sanchez, 20-2, a bit of an unknown quantity, never been past 10 rounds, I believe. He's obviously not there for no reason. What's you and your team's scouting report on Saul Sanchez? What sort of test do you think he's going to pose to you there on Saturday night?
Yeah, look, I think he's a very solid fighter. Anyone who fights for a world title can fight, but yeah, he hasn't fought at this level before. He's never come up against a fighter anywhere near my level, I believe, and I'm prepared for the hardest fight of my life, and that's what I've been training for, but I believe I'll be far too good for Sanchez this weekend, and yeah, really want to make a statement and take him out.
As you say about making a statement, when you're fighting on a card of this magnitude, you know, a unified world title fight, potentially a new audience, you know, we're fighting in Canada, as you say, for the first time. Is there a sort of thing in your back of the mind, like obviously the victory comes first and foremost, but when you feel you're in there with a fighter with no disrespect to Saul Sanchez, that you'll, I'm sure, believe you're a level above, is there an extra sort of motivation to make a statement and get people excited about potential future fights for Jason Moloney?
Yeah, I think that's what it's all about. You know, I'm a big boxing fan and I want to be involved in the best fights possible, and I want to be involved in exciting fights that the fans want to watch. So there's always, I guess, a pressure or, you know, I want to deliver exciting statement-winning fights, you know. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to going out there. I've trained so hard and made so many sacrifices, and I reckon this is going to be the best win of my career.
Conference, thought it was quite funny, no disrespect to him. He was about to say that you've never fought anyone at his level, and then quickly added apart from Naoya Inoue in there. So even though, as we said earlier, he's a bit of an unknown quantity, he's clearly not lacking any confidence.
Yeah, that's right. As you said, I've been at this level for a long time, and Inoue obviously, but I think I've been in there with 5 or 6 other guys that are definitely at his level and always come on top. But I'm not taking him lightly, not one bit. That was another thing you said, that he thinks I'm overlooking him or looking past him. Not one bit. Since becoming a world champion, I'm even more hungry to achieve more, because being a world champion is great and no one can ever take that away from me. But I'm in this sport to go as far as I possibly can, and I know that I'm capable of much more. Obviously, I'm fully focused on Saturday night, but I do let myself look ahead because I've got big goals and big dreams that I'm chasing. So, first defence this Saturday night, but yeah, of course, I'm looking for bigger and better fights.
You talk about those bigger and better fights. You said specifically unifications. You mentioned up the stage the biggest, hardest fights. Now, a big hard fight that could be a unification later this year would be against Gervonta Nakatani. Takes on Alexandre Santiago, having moved up to 118 pounds now. Junto's someone your family knows well. Andrew shared the ring with him last year. I think from the outside looking in, that's potentially the biggest fight. You know, he's building a bit of a name. There's the narrative there. Is that a fight that interests you for 2024?
Yeah, definitely, mate. As I said, unifications, biggest and best fights possible. Turned 33 today, so time's ticking away. And yeah, I want to go as far as I possibly can in this sport. So yes, that fight does have a lot of, I guess, history. There's revenge there, but there's many fights in this division that have storylines. You know, I want revenge on Nakatani for what he did to my brother, but I want revenge over Manny Rodriguez as well. I'd like to fight Takuma Inoue and try and get some sort of revenge there over his brother. Look, there's many great fights in this division, and I'm going for all the champions. So first defence this Saturday, and then I want anyone that's holding a belt in this weight, I want them.
I want to talk to you as well, Jason, about Australian boxing in general. Seems like you're in a really good place at the minute. You've got yourself a world champion, Jai Opataya continues to impress, Sam Goodman up at 122 pounds starting to make waves. Sky Nicholson looks like he's going to get a world title shot in the not too distant future. Just feels like things are in a really good place for boxing down under.
Yeah, it's a golden era of Australian boxing at the moment. We've got 3 current world champions with me, Jai Opataya, as you said, and Tim Tszyu. So. And many other guys that are right on the cusp. Obviously, my brother's rebuilding and will hopefully become world champion again this year. But we've got many other guys that are rated, right at the top of the sanctioning bodies and looking to push on for titles. So, mate, it's extremely exciting to be a part of this huge golden era, and this is what it's all about. Over here on the other side of the world, flying the Aussie flag proudly.
Last thing I want to get your thoughts on, Jason. We've touched on Naoya Inoue a couple of times in the interview. Man you shared the ring with, as was referenced up there. Just a word on what he's gone to achieve since fighting yourself. 2-weight undisputed champion in double quick time. When you shared the ring with him, would you have had an idea he could go on to achieve what he has? Pound for pound number 1, if not 2 in the sport. Was there always that inkling there that you were in with a special fighter?
Yeah, definitely, and I knew that before I stepped in the ring with him. I've followed him as a fan for many years and knew that this guy is something special. But that's why I jumped at the opportunity. When the opportunity came up to fight him, I was right in for it, because when you beat a fighter like that you're a superstar, and I want to be involved in the biggest and best fights, as I said. So I knew that he was something special, and being in the ring with him was amazing. I learned a lot from that. I never felt out of place, but I could tell this guy is a generational talent and a pound-for-pound great. And to see what he's gone on to achieve, undisputed at bantamweight, undisputed at 122, almost within a year, incredible. And I think he moves up to featherweight eventually and probably becomes undisputed there. He's a beast, and I like watching him. I learn a lot from him, and now I'm a champion myself, so I'm grateful for the experience.
Boxing fans and media, we can often get a bit carried away, and there's been talk of Inoue fighting Gervonta Davis, even though there's 3-4 weight classes between them. As impressive as he's been and as good a fighter as we all know he is that a bridge too far, or would you put it past them?
Yeah, mate, I don't know. I think there's weight divisions for a reason, and those sort of fantasy matchups are a bit of a stretch. Look, mate, it's an exciting fight, but as I said, there's weight divisions for a reason, and Inoue's an absolute freak, and I don't see anyone beating him at 122 or 126 and probably even 130. But when you start pushing up to 135 or 140, depending on where you want to meet Tank at, that's probably getting a bit too far for his frame. He's not a big guy. And although Pacquiao did it, you got to have the frame to put that weight on, and it takes a long time. And he knows that too, Inoue knows that. That's why I think he's planning to stay at 122 and have a few fights there and really fill into the division. So, look, it's a great fight, but yes, the weight division is probably too big.
Jason, I'll leave the final word with you. Huge fight for you Saturday night. Why should the UK fans turn in to watch Jason Moloney defend his world title in Quebec?
Mate, I love the UK fans to tune in. I'm obviously a massive boxing fan, as I've mentioned, and would absolutely love to fight in the UK one day. I love the way they get around boxing and the atmosphere they create at their crowd. So, yeah, if I can help grow a bit of a following in the UK, I'd be very grateful, and hopefully one day I'll fight there and put on a great fight for you all, and appreciate the support from the UK audience.
100%, Jason. Thanks for giving me your time. Enjoy your rest of the time in Quebec and stay off the ice.
Hey, good on you, mate.
Nice
Thank you.
Mate. Top man, Jason. All the best.